I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, what if she grew up without a father? How does using dating, pickup, relationship, seduction type techniques, how does it affect a woman who grew up without a father? Well, the one thing I will say is that when you understand human beings, men and women, there's certain things that they each emotionally respond to in relationships. In a way, they're pre-programmed to think and act a certain way. However, society often teaches us a way to interact with the opposite sex that is completely opposite of the way we naturally feel and interact with them. And that's why guys run into so much trouble when they do the things that society teaches they should do in order to get a girlfriend, to get a date, to accomplish things they want in life, to take a girl through the seduction process. It interferes because of the societal conditioning and how we act. It basically teaches us a way that is inauthentic with our true nature and who we really are. So in essence, we're running around with a bunch of different masks on, masking our true identity, not telling or saying how we really feel, or saying the opposite of what we really want because we're afraid to say what it is that we want. But it's in holding back that causes us to act incongruent with who we are and actually turn the other person off. Or if you're in a job interview, cause that person to not want to hire you because of something that you said. It basically communicates some form or another of, I don't feel unworthy, I don't feel I deserve this, I'm not a positive, optimistic person, I don't think things will work out for me. Once you get to know me, you probably won't like me anyways. Once you get to know me, you'll probably just fire me anyways. That kind of thing. And I've got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hi, Corey. I messaged you the other day, and since you responded to that first email of mine, this particular girl messaged me, so my patience and your advice seems to have done the trick. It's always best to be patient when it comes to women. If you're unsure of yourself, it's always to back off, wait a little bit of time, and then take the action that you feel that you just immediately must take right now, or the world's going to end. Because 9 times out of 10, you're driven by fear, and it's when you are driven from your fear and you act upon it that it causes you to do and say things that basically communicate that you don't think you're worthy of that particular person to do what it is you want them to do, or to get the things that you want in life." He says, "I guess she needed to wonder about me, and I've just downloaded your book, and I'm going to be following it religiously, and I still need some advice, though." And it's a scientific fact, by the way, that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. Now, it doesn't mean you got to be a cold fish or a jerk. It just means that you're not willing to volunteer everything, your feelings, constantly. You're more reserved, and you're more inclined to let her talk about her feelings first, and then ask you about what yours are. Now, why would you want to do that? Now, if you let a woman ask you as opposed to volunteering everything, when she does ask you, it communicates that she's actually sincerely, authentically interested in you, as opposed to you projecting your high level of attraction and interest onto her and just assuming that she feels the same way. In essence, what you do is you back off enough. It's kind of like playing a game of poker. It's not you don't reveal anything, but there's a time and a place to reveal your cards. And this way, if you let a woman come to you slowly, she'll do 70 to 80% of the calling, texting, pursuing, initiating contact. And if they really like you to start off with, they'll make it really easy for you to get to their front door, to take them out on a date, or to seduce them, or to eventually become their girlfriend, boyfriend kind of relationship. So he says, "When I was watching one of your videos on YouTube, you stated that every woman needs a rock like her father, someone that is strong, someone that is constantly going to be there and that is supportive. But what if the girl in question grew up never having her father around? Does a different approach need to be taken?" Like I say all the time, women and men respond to the same things. I mean, I answer questions from people all over the world, in conservative Muslim societies and Christian societies and very open societies. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, women and men respond to what they respond to. Now, here's the thing. When you apply the things that I teach, women that are emotionally messed up or they're fucked up in some way, they're not going to react too well to the things that I talk about. Just because a girl grows up in a family and she doesn't have a father, it doesn't mean she doesn't have a strong father figure. Maybe her older brothers were her rock and her mountain. Maybe it was one of her uncles or her grandfather or her next door neighbor. Just for whatever reason, she grew up in an environment where she felt loved and that she was appreciated, and so she didn't hold back. And therefore, because she didn't hold back, she didn't have any hang-ups with interacting with men. Now, there are some women that when you apply the things that I teach, they're not going to react too well to it. They become bitchy, they become nasty, they become insecure. And these things come out right away. And then when you see a woman act that way, right after knowing her for such a short period of time, you realize that this girl's emotionally fucked up, and I really don't want to mess with her. And that's another reason why you want to use the techniques and things I talk about in my book, is it will help you screen out low-quality women so you can get yourself a really good girl, a girl that comes from a good family, a family where she loves her mom and she loves her dad, and her parents love her, and they're proud of her, and they support her, and they believe in her. And so she's comfortable in her own skin, and so she's not going to be in a rush to do anything. She's going to take her time. But also, if she wants to talk to you, or she's thinking about you, or she's been missing you, she has no problem picking up the phone to tell you as such. And plus, she'll do it because you've made her feel comfortable the time that you've been dating her and courting her by doing more things right than wrong. And she'll make it easy for you. It's the best place to be. It's like, why would you want to date any other kind of woman? And so by applying the things I talk about in my book, you can screen out the bad ones from the good ones, and make sure that if you're going to go out and spend your time taking a girl out to dinner or blow money on her on a date, that you're actually spending your time and your money with a girl that you really got a chance with, and who's going to make it fun for you, who's also going to try to win you, where it's not one-sided, where you're pretty much doing all the work to maintain the conversations. So he says, what if the girl in question grew up never having her father around? Does a different approach need to be taken? Like I said, it really doesn't matter. But what you do want to do is you want to apply the techniques so you can identify, just because she came from that environment doesn't mean anything. But if she reacts negatively, or she starts to get really bitchy and kind of nasty and butthurt all the time when she doesn't hear from you right away, because a girl that gets it, a woman that understands men, is going to be sweet to you. She's going to talk sweet to you. She's going to leave sweet messages. And when she doesn't hear from you for a couple of days, she's not going to think you're being a jerk or a dick or you're playing games with her. She's just going to automatically assume that you're busy and you got things going on, and that you'll get back to her eventually when you got time. And when you do call her, she'll be happy to hear from you. That's what you want. Like I said, apply the things I teach, and you'll screen out all of the messed up women. And that way, because like I said, there are women that grow up in environments where they don't have a dad, but yet they're not totally fucked up because they got a source of male strength from somewhere else in her family, or maybe it was one of her neighbors. So if you have a question you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, and give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and on the right-hand side, underneath the email sign-up box, will be a box that'll have a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, click the button on the right-hand side to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, your tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information in my videos and my articles on my website, you can show your appreciation by going to my website. And on the Would-Be toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, there's a PayPal donate button on it. Click the donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.